Set this up now. Hey! What's happening? I have to set my alarm so I don't set my timer so I don't overfill my water and flood my basement. Can't have that. All right. What time do we got? 12:02. So, how is everybody doing today? Welcome back to Detroit Shrimp Aquatics. I just wanted to bring a video today about setting up a Sulawesi tank and how we do it. Not saying that it's better than anybody else's way, but it's what works for us, and I mean, they reproduce really good. You're real cool, thanks, Luke. You're real cool too, dude. Yeah, my way isn't better than anybody else's way. It's just I see a lot of people that are a lot of comments about people that are kind of like, is it hard? No problem. Is it hard to take care of them? This, that, and the other. And it's actually really not. At least the ones that I carry. Let me turn the rest of these tanks on so you guys get the full effect of the shrimp house. The shrimp house. Whoop. So today what we're going to do is we're just going to put some crushed coral in the tank. I really don't have too much stuff to put in the tank today, but I'm going to kind of show you. I'm going to show you how I make my water. How to do it using the products that I'm able to get just offline, and to kind of say, well, some people say you got to use this salt to have luck, and it's like, well, I'm just going to show you my salt, and, you'll see what I have for luck. So we're just going to do the basics today. I'll show you how to remineralize the water. Today I'll be using RO water, you could do tap water, not tap water, but like wastewater out of your RO system because there's no chemicals in it. The TDS is high, which they like, and pH. You got to have a high pH. What I like to get around is I like to get around an 8.2. So we will be testing the water also. So we will see. Get our test kit out. And let me get the card. Get the card to show you guys. So we're going to have to use the high pH. It's not over here. I got it. So for doing Sulawesi, you have to use the high pH liquid 5-dropper. The high end of the pH, because the low end on my chart goes up to 7.6, and it's blue. Well, how dark a blue do you have to get? So that's why you go into the high range pH, and you want to get to where it's almost brown, going into the purple. If you see it above my finger, it would actually be this one or the one above it. So that is kind of the goal. Now, like I said, I don't have a ton of crushed coral. I got what's left in the bag. And the only thing I ever filled up was the old 10-gallon that leaked. So, but here's the thing. So I'm putting all this crushed coral in, but when I'm ready to move the Sulawesi over, when the tank is ready and I'm able to move them over, all of the crushed coral that's in the Sulawesi tank right now will go over into the new tank. Due to the fact that, I mean, it's got all the goodies in it, all this, everything, it's already ready to go tank. So I don't want to get rid of it. And plus, the thicker the crushed coral, the better, because it'll really help keep that pH, up. And that's what you're looking for when you do the Sulawesi tank. So, everything in that tank was actually, other than the dual sponge filter, it was all in the old 10-gallon. The only thing that was in the 10-gallon that I didn't bring forward or into this tank because I was in such a hurry was the black sand, and I didn't care about getting it because the black sand isn't what keeps the shrimp alive. It has no benefit to the shrimp. It's just for looks. So today we won't be putting anything in the tank. I mean, I could put a couple hides in there and stuff, but what I mean by that is I don't have anything to put in it because the lava rock that's in the 5-gallon, I mean, it's packed in there tight, not jammed in, but it's so much of it is because I bought it for a 10-gallon. So actually, everything that's in that 5-gallon is when it's ready, when the 10-gallon is ready, it's all going to be picked up, moved over, placed into the 10-gallon. So the same thing I did when I took it out of the 10 and hurried up, put it in the 5. All I threw away was the black sand and like a handful of crushed coral. So I guess probably what we could do first is I have the crushed coral. Like I said, I don't have very much of it. I looked at the price, it was $16 for a small bag. Crushed coral is not expensive. You don't get much of it either. So this is rinsed. I rinsed it. It was really weird because, sometimes, you're like, oh, you might be in a hurry like for a fish tank or something. And you're like, oh, I'm not going to rinse it right now. Shoot, I went and rinsed that in there's a bunch of cardboard. There's like cardboard pieces in it. It was really weird. So I didn't understand it. And I was just really glad that I rinsed it out. So Ooh, we got 3 likes already. I gotta show Mark Shrimp Tanks how to do this because he says that he can't see his likes. I see my likes right here, so I'm gonna have to show Mark how to do this. So, anyways, I hope that this helps everyone, and I explained this decent enough to where anyone that wants to get Sulawesi shrimp aren't afraid to get it, and they'll actually delve into it, really get into it, because I can't. My wife goes crazy. She loves their little socks. And I learned something the other day. I was watching somebody's video. They said that the Sulawesi are also called, what are they called, ninja shrimp? Because they fight and it looks like they're doing ninja moves. So that's pretty cool there too. I'm sweating. It's hot. I got the fan going too. Coffee. You know, and I'm doing a video, so it's not stress. It's just excitement of doing it. I gotta find my towel. What the heck? Ah, here it is. Duh. All right, so for tester, I actually only have one left. I have to get another one because one of my customers came. A customer came over. Leah Jet, hello, hey. Customer came over, bought some shrimp, and they needed a tester. These are the HMD testers that they sell. It's the only fish store, my local fish store, one of them down the street from me, and they have the rubber boot on the back that you take off, and you can set it properly to your to the water, to your test water. But she needed one, and so I sold her the other one I had, so I got this one. Muppets 929, Scott's Aquatics, welcome. Yeah, well, hey, I'm glad you guys are showing up because I haven't done nothing yet. So you guys will be able to see this. I won't have to watch it on the replay. Just have to get the last of my morning coffee and, well, the 8 cups I drink before it gets cold. So, that's the TDS meter I use. This HMD. I think it's $14, $12, $12 or $14 at my fish store, and that's the only store that sells it. My buddy's store, the one something fishy in Westland, Michigan. Put a shout out there to Andy because he still sponsors us, and we still have freebies we can give away due to Andy. But yeah, that's something fishy in Westland, Michigan. But he sells pH testers. You know, he sells like all the stuff for salt water. He doesn't sell anything, no TDS meters. He gets his TDS meters from me. I got some that do temperature and TDS. I don't like it because I noticed that the ones that do temperature are more sensitive. They sense more stuff in the water. It seems like more than just TDS. So I don't use those. I don't like the ones with temperature. They're way different. I have the same one. I get to pay anywhere from 50. What? Oh, we're setting up a Sulawesi tank. 50 to 75 bucks. So you guys just got to call me for this stuff. I mean, I know it's expensive for me to send stuff to you, Leah, but I just sent a t-shirt to Scotland, and that was 25 bucks. But it was in an envelope. To send something like this in a little itty bitty box, it'd be way cheaper than $50 with shipping and everything. So, yeah, and they got them down the street. But anyways, that's the only place I can get them at. So I got to get another one. So I use this Sulawesi GH cage. Shrimp King. I don't sponsor Shrimp King. He don't sponsor me, of course. Of course. This is just the basic 7, whatever it is. I've looked on this and I can't see it. It's not the 8 point whatever. This is just the regular basic Sulawesi salt. Okay? The thing is with this is the pH. You know, everyone else says, oh, you got to go to 8.5. You got to get the other Sulawesi salt to get everything up higher. No, you don't. All you do is buy pH up. And I get mine by API. So I'll show you guys how doing this. This is really touchy stuff because this is like pure KH. You know, so because KH raises the pH. So that's the thing is they like an 8.2 pH, 8 to 8.2. So there's a lot of testing. You gotta, 7.2. Yeah, that's what this is. Yeah, it's just the basic Sulawesi, nothing more. And this stuff, the good thing about this is it's a powder and it dissolves faster than any other salt. You put it in, stir it up, done. I mean, this stuff is the cat's meow. So, because I wouldn't be able to do that other shit. It's I see people talking about it. It takes like 8 months to whatever. You got to put a pump in there and do this and that. That just sounds really that sounds like it would drive me bonkers. Hey, how's the volume? I turned the volume down because it was going up in the red. Was it too loud? Can you add crushed coral to keep KH up? Yes. Well, yeah, it keeps the pH up. That's what I'm putting in the tank. Because since you're lately, I'll redo this. If you guys remember, I said that I could scoot tanks down and fit 5 gallons on here. Well, my Sulawesi shrimp, when that tank busted, I scooted them into a 5 gallon to save their lives. And I only saved so many. Well, now they're having babies. Well, I want to put them back in a 10 gallon. So I have the new 10 gallon up there. I scooted everything down. So now instead of there just being 10 gallons up here, there's 10 gallons and 2 5 gallons. Well, I want to use those 5 gallons as breeding tanks. So I want to move these Sulawesi out of this tank. They're got to get, I don't have to, but I mean, because they do so well in the 5 gallon. And I was told from day one, get a 5 gallon. I don't know. It seems like they like to be closer together. They don't care how many there are. They like to be like next to each other. So that's why this tank's going to run for like 4 months before I put anything in there. Oh, also, hold on one thing. And the heater I'm going to use, this Cobalt. It's the flat one. It's the new Cobalt. It's a digital. So when you plug it in, it'll light up at whatever temperature the water's at, and then you just click this button up top. You just boop, 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 and put it to where you want it. So I want it at 82. So I'll bump that thing up to 82. Now this is 100 watt, I believe. Or wait, 200? 115 volt, 115 to 125, Neotherm 200 watt. I have an Aqueon 100 watt in the tank now, but this one's just cat's meow and it looks super cool. And I know it's 200 watt, but the thing is this thing will heat the water up quicker than anything I've ever had. So just because it's 200 watts, it's not going to take that much power. It's barely ever going to run. Now here's another thing. I really don't need to heat it right now due to the fact that there's no shrimp in there. So this is just going to be sitting in there until I'm ready. I'll probably turn it, plug it in, set the temp so everything's ready, and then when it gets to a certain point, I'm gonna probably put some Neos in this tank, to get things going. I don't want to put any other snails in it but rabbit snails. So what I'll probably do, as time goes on, then I'll put a rabbit snail in there, but I gotta have the heat up for them. So once it starts to grow algae and stuff, then I'll start doing that. And I can feed them like green beans and stuff while they're in there. even though there's no shrimp, so they can poop and do it there. And then I'll probably add Neos in there first, then do, leave them in there for, I don't know, a month, let it run for a couple months, put some shrimp in it, then turn the heat on, put snails in it, then move the Sulawesi over. So it's gonna be a process. So anyways, those are a couple things you'll see as I put them in. But as this camera is aiming down at the tanks, I'm not doing anything special to you. You guys can just see, that I put it in there. It is what it is. Okay, so pH up. Dennerley Sulawesi GHKH multi-mineral salt for Sulawesi shrimp. Now, that's the thing is I hear a lot of people talk about, they had no luck with this. And here's the thing is, like I said, I could say, well, you don't know what you're doing. And, well, okay, hey, don't, make sure you warm up first, Muppets. You don't want to be pulling no muscles. I power lifted for 10 and a half years, so gotta warm up. So anyways, I could say all day long, you don't know what you're doing things wrong, but no. Because look, before I say anything in those aspects, I have to remember, you don't live where I live. You don't have the water that I have. So everything's Chewy LTD. What's happening? So everything is different. What you sell bells? Hi, baby girl. Oh, hi, mama. Hi. Good girl. So, everything's different. So I can never at any time say, hey, you're doing something. I mean, all I can do is give ideas. But I can't say somebody's doing something wrong if they live on the other side of the world from me. I don't know how your water is. I don't know what the water pressure is there. I don't know what's in your water. I have no clue. So for me here, with the water that I have, this is RO water. I'm going to use RO water and show you guys how to do it straight from RO. But I can do it with my wastewater too, because my wastewater comes out 165, 170, 175 in there. What? Don't fit who?
Just got him last year.
Oh, yeah, well, put them online. So, probably fit you. Oh, then good. You got some good boots there. Well, for around the house. Yeah, that's what I mean. All right. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. No. The water here is not hard. My tap water comes out 98 to 102. The GH is 5 to 6. KH is 3 to 4. It's not hard whatsoever. That's what I'm saying. My TDS is way low. But when I run my RO, the wastewater is all of the minerals, because when the water goes through, it gets filtered. So all the chemicals are taken out. Well, then the wastewater goes this way with all the minerals. The RO water goes this way with nothing. So when you test the RO water, there's nothing but minerals in there. I had it it was 170. And, they were saying, you could put them right in that. I mean, just make sure your pH is good. Which you could bump it up. Hey, Chubbs, Merry Christmas. What's going on? So it's, with the wastewater, there's nothing bad in it whatsoever. But I didn't want to do, this is not what I heard from some pleco breeders in Michigan. Well, that's what my water is. So, like I said, I could test it right here, right now, and show you. I mean, it's, it is what it is. What if they told you something else, then that's on them. That must be where they keep their water at. But my water here. But see, here's another thing. I live in a city where I don't know how to say this. I live in a city. There you go, Leah. I live in a different area of Michigan. And where I live, the water treatment plant, the water plant, because not all of our water in Michigan comes from the same spot. It just doesn't. It's because there's a lot of farmland in Michigan. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, you could buy a house out in the middle of the woods. You could build a house and buy 200 acres, whatever you want. Tons and tons of stuff. But my water treatment plant, put it this way. When I go to test the water for our pool outside, we have an above ground pool we bought for Luke, one of those Intex pools. Shout out to Intex. We take the water up every year just for the heck of it and take it in there, and they test it, and they're like, same thing every year. You guys got the best water that there is. You don't need to do anything. So you don't have to put no shock in it, no nothing. It's just pure, it's just perfect water. But that's what I'm saying. A 98 to 102 for a TDS, this is what I try to explain. I can't say that someone's doing something wrong or they're bad shrimp keepers or fish keepers because I don't know where you live and I don't know the water that you're using. Also, where you live, you could be higher elevation and there's more pressure in your water. You could be lower elevation, could be less pressure. I don't know. But all those things play a part. I don't care who you are, they play a part. Everything plays a part. Look at the ocean. Certain animals travel forever and a day. Some animals don't. They'll only go so far, turn around and come back. It's just how it is. Some fish leave streams and go all the way out to the ocean and come all the way back up the stream. It's just, who would ever think of that? But I have... That's how my water is here. So there's people that got well water, that have water softeners. I go to houses all the time to do work and they have water softeners in their basement because their water's hard. So they have to soften it. And they're not far from me. They could be a 20-minute drive, but they're not in the city that I live in and have the same water treatment plant. So it just depends. That's why I say I try not to, instead of anymore saying, well, you're doing it wrong. I can't do that anymore because, there's a lot of stuff out there that could be a factor in everything that we do. So that's where it comes out to be like that. There's an old saying in the hobby, know the water that you have and know water where the life form comes from. Right. That's what I'm saying. You hear, people say only get stuff that will live in your water. Well, understandable. But with me, Neo's, you could actually go, wow, his water's really soft. You want it around 200-300 for Neo's. Which, yeah, but here's the thing. If I was to harden my water, it would cost me that much more money. So all my wastewater from my RO goes into there. So they're getting 170 TDS of all minerals. When if I gave them tap water, it'd be 98 to 102 right there. So I give them that and they flourish. They do really good. It's just that Neocaridina love a lot of water changes. Big water changes, a lot of them. I've been doing tests, and you water change. All you see is pregnant females, babies everywhere. If you don't water change a lot, it cuts it way down. I don't know what it is. it must be the area that they come from. They, even them being a wild shrimp before we found the colors, uh, they like flow. I think they like a lot of flow and they like water changes. So I've really ramped up the water changes. I got babies everywhere. I had tanks that were stagnant, and now they're just so many shrimp. I mean, babies everywhere. So that's just a little bit to put out there, on that. With the waters, water's the main thing. You're right, Chewy. It's the main thing. You could say that Neos do best in 200-300 TDS, right? I'm sure. But they'll do just fine in your tap water if your tap water's good, if there's no chemicals. Just that you keep giving them fresh water. Because guess what? They'll get used to it. I've had Neos in my Caridina tanks, and I'm sure a ton of other people have, and they have babies constantly. They'll have babies in any tank, any water you put them in. They're kind of like a catfish. They don't care. Trashy water, it don't matter. They're just a really I don't mean dirty, like disgusting sewage water, but what I mean by is like a lot of detritus and broke down leaves and wood and maybe a dead fish carcass. I mean, you never know, but in the wild. But here it's just, they just do good. They really, really enjoy water changes. So that's the big thing. So in my area in winter, my water is a lot softer, TDS 100, and in spring it's harder, TDS 250, because of the spring runoff. Yeah, and the city adds more chemicals to kill fungus and bugs and thrive in layers of snow. Right. Well, that's, SC Catahoula's, hello. That's where, you got to have an RO put it this way. I don't think you would need an RO unit if you just want to filter out chemicals when it comes to water like that. If you want to make sure that there's just no chemicals, you can buy that single stage. I mean, they have them to where they're, you can put them under your sink, all sorts of stuff. But, you just want to make sure chemicals are taken out. So you can buy a little baby stage and then do your tap water like that. You don't have to worry about taking out the minerals because you don't want to. So you can probably just run a carbon filter or, something that, really take it out and then you're good to go. But, yeah, it all comes down to water. The consistency. It's got to be consistent. So, I mean, if you go down in it, fine. But, you got to stay in that same neighborhood. So they're always happy. Consistency with your water and the temperature. When you put the water back in, that's the other big thing, is the temperature. We're not going to worry about that today because there's no shrimp in this tank, so we can just put it in kind of quick. pH rises and falls. Right, correct. But that's why we're putting the crest coral in this tank to try to stabilize it in between water changes. So when we put the water in, we have our stabilization, and if something happens to it within, this to that, I want to, make sure that it doesn't fall off to where it's dangerous for the shrimp. I know people put crest coral in their shrimp tanks, their Neocaridina tanks, understandable, but for me, that's just another added expense. And like I said, if the water I have shrimp breed and have huge colonies inside of Caridina tanks. If you guys remember, my Extreme Black King Kong tank was packed full of blue shrimp. I had to take out, there's 40 of them in one batch, 40 in Caridina parameters. I mean, that's kind of unheard of if you think about, wouldn't they have a hard time molting? How would they have so many babies, in Caridina parameters? They get used to it and life goes on. They don't die. They just get used to it. Oh, no pump yet? Okay. Well, just keep an eye out for it. So, have you ran your number? Your shipping number? Run that shipping number. It'll tell you where it's at. So, let's get to this now. So, what we're going to do is you have to go slow with the pH. Because if you go too fast with the pH up, you're going to have a bucket of water that's useless. I mean, you can mix it over, but I haven't, because see, the 5 gallon isn't, I don't do 5 gallon water changes. So if you do a half a gallon, you have to like drip it in, test, drip it in, test, drip it in, test to get it perfect. I mean, I make like a gallon and a half. I just did the water change yesterday. So, and that's when I realized that I need to get this tank going. I want to make it the Sulawesi tank so I can use the Sulawesi tank as a breeding tank. Well, I have this other 5 gallon here right next to it also that I'm going to use. Well, I got to get substrate for that. What I'd really like to do is find a way to get, I don't know, a different substrate to like give it a try, you know. But the thing is, you know, it's just easier to go the cheaper route right now, you know. You know, it's just easier right now. So anyways, we have a 5 gallon bucket. I'll do all the testing so everybody can see it. This table is one of those medical tables that you can pull underneath a bed, you know, and eat. But how I got it is there was a garage sale. A medical sale. There was a medical sale, and they were selling all their stuff. So I got this real sweet green. The seat screws up and down, and I got this table, this medical table. So it works really good, you know, to hold your stuff. You know, you can move it around the room as you're going. You know, do testing, do this, do that. You know, it holds all your stuff. So if you want, I can lift this up so you guys can see it. Probably won't be able to tell much. I'm just working on the filters, you know, taking the tops off, running them fast, you know, pliers, all sorts of little stuff. Oh, so this is the filter we're going to put in it. The filters that I sell. I just got a big, huge shipment in. So if anybody needs filters, please send me a message, because the more stuff I can get selling, the better Christmas Luke will have. Because look, it's not about me and my wife, it's all about him. And you know, for not working for a year and a half, you know, it's every little bit counts. So if anybody needs anything, let me know, I'll get it out to you. But I just got I don't know, probably 40 more of these filters, brand new. So this is what's going to go in that tank. And here's the thing is, you know, not for nothing, but I'm going to take filters out and squeeze them in there, but I can also take one of these new ones out, swap it in a tank, and put a dirty one on here. Then that way there'll already be a dirty filter in the tank, plus all the gook I squeeze in there from other tanks. So that's the filter. So I showed you the heater. Here's the filter. There's the coral. But let's make the water up really quick. All right. So more or less what I want to do is I want to start with just a little bit in there. Let me get my stir stick. I use a plastic tube. My glass one's over there. I use this plastic tube or the glass one. But this is the python, the mini python, the baby python, meaning the vacuum on it's slow. So you can go into a shrimp tank, move around, get stuff, and if shrimp go up it, you can stop it. They'll come right out of it, and you can just continue on. So, Atkins Nature Aquariums, what's happening? Hey, Detroit Shrimp, how's your day? In at work, so I'll be listening. I'll try to pop in chat here and there. Okay, thank you. My water crystal reds had babies in tap water with guts. See? With guppies and neos. That's what I'm saying. If you have someone that raises a shrimp up. Oh, I don't know how this happened. I don't know. I can't tell you. I thought I saw another. I have no clue how this happened, but yesterday I was looking at the Neo tanks, and I saw something red in there. Well, when I looked, it was an extreme red King Kong, all red, white tips on the tail. On the third shelf, and it got all the way down to the bottom in the blue Dream Tank. I don't get it. I don't know. I didn't know if it was like Spider-Man. I don't know. But it was from the top tank all the way to the bottom. So I just scooped them out and boop, put them right back in the top tank. Don't know. I can't figure it out. All right, so I can get some stuff to help me. And for right now, I don't have anything small. I mean, I have a little glass thing, but I want to be able to pour it back in. So to be exact, I'll take my little dip and pour. I'll take my pH up. Let me shake it up. You guys like this test tray? I was selling them, but I guess people didn't really, didn't want to buy any. But it holds all my cleaners. 3, 6, it holds 12 tubes. It'll hold my TDS meter back here. Hold your little hold your card. So you always have everything wherever you need it. You just carry it over, set it down. It's got my little name on it. So let me get all this stuff ready. So, I don't need the TDS man. So my goal here is I need an 8.2 pH before, or let's say like a 7. I want like an 8 pH. So I want like the brown, the heavy brown. So what I'm going to do is pour this, because I got 2 buckets to do. Pour this in here, whatever I don't use, I'll pour back. So with 5 gallons, and that's the thing is you guys gotta, I always suck it up the syringe. And you want to bring it up really far, because if you have it down low and you go to squirt drips, it'll just blow the whole thing. And you want to like get it moving smooth, because it was dry, and if I just start shoving it, it'll spit out a ton and it won't be exact. So on this, that's what I'm saying. It's not the easiest thing in the world, because I don't fill the 5 gallons up to the exact same line every time. So I want one of them trays. Yeah, I got, I think 1 or 2 left in there. So we'll start with 10 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The bad thing is, what's about it, Chubbs, is the amount of material it took to make this, and the time that it took. I didn't make them. My neighbor across the street was making them. So to replace his material and his time and the wear on his 3D machine, because these are made out of 3D machine, I had them up for $25, and it was cheap. There was another guy selling them too, and I don't know what happened to him. He stopped doing it. But I got a couple more. Hold on. Who's that? Yeah, so it's like, I think I got a few more, but I have a red one. I have a white one. It just came down to the price of them. And then these legs that come up, they have plastic in them, but if you lean on it, if you push on it, you can snap them off. So, you know, I've been using these things for, I don't know, over a year, and I've never broke one. But at the time when I was having these made, my neighbor doesn't live there anymore, so I can't have make them anymore. So I'd actually probably have to have somebody else. But like running 2 of these takes a whole spool of plastic. So that's what I'm saying. It was like $15 in plastic. And then the time, so that's why I was selling for $25. And I don't know, maybe it was because I was new to the game and, you know, new to YouTube. A lot of people, you know, weren't like jumping on me. But then I have a round one that he made, and it just has room for a ton of bottles. And that one's really cool. That one's over there. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, the fish stores have them. A couple of my fish stores that take care of me, or, you know, whatever. I say thanks, I gave them one, but they keep it on their counter. You know, it's got my initials on it. So, but I have this one too as a prototype. So it holds all the bottles, and then it holds 2, 4, it holds 5 vials. So you put 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you put 10 bottles, 5 vials in it. So yeah, those are like the ones that I got. Okay, so but you know, I don't have a problem selling them, Chubbs, if you want one of them, but that's how much they cost. They're but that's what I'm saying. As a shrimper, I only need these 8. But since I got into Sulawesi, you know, I need this high range, but I just put this off to the side. I don't need anything else. I have the 2 ammonias, KH, GH, pH nitrate, the 2 nitrite, 2 nitrates. That's it. I mean, really, what else do you need? Nothing if you're freshwater. So, all right, let's test the water and see where we're at. Okay, let me shake this up. Okay, this is a 5 drop. When the regular pH is 3, this takes 5. There we go. See, the cool thing is, like, you put 4 vials in there, fill them up to the line, drip your stuff right into them, shake them, and leave them, you know. Okay, there's your 5 drops. That's still yellow. But we'll wait a second. But usually, pH should change immediately. So, pH changes immediately. So, high range pH, yellow's not even on there. So it's a brown. So we're at like 7.4. That's with 10 drops. Where's the syringe? Let's get a couple more drops in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go 5 drops. 5 drips. And now, if it goes a little high, then you can add RO. See, and that's why I do this in parts. You can add RO to it to thin it out if you had to. But, you know, it doesn't take much to, and see, I just keep going. That's another thing. I shook up with my right hand on my finger. I don't stick that into the water. I use the hand that I didn't test. You always got to do that. Make sure so you're not putting those chemicals in your tank. Even if I wipe my hand off on a rag, it still don't matter. You never wanna stick that hand back in there. 5. See, now I'm shake with this hand. I won't dirty that hand. Now that at a shake is that light brown. So let's give it a set. Yeah, see, it's light brown. So that's 15. We want to get to a dark, almost, it starts to get a purple. So let's put 5 more. And then it'll give us an idea where to start on the next bucket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, sorry for my shakes. Well, not really. I'm just, caffeine gets me, so. All right. Now, usually I'm done by four vials. You know, if I'm testing more than 4 vials, then I need to go back to test school, I guess. But see, that's the thing. It's just, you know, you don't wanna get too much. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the thing. Take your time. If it takes you 10 tests, who cares? Okay. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a little light brown. It's still light. Still yellow. Because it's not heavy yet. Alright. But see, I'm going to creep up to it. I don't want to go too fast. So that's another 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go 8. 6, 7, 8. Let's go 8. Oh, 1 dripped in there, so it's 9. So that means we're at 14. I believe. Wait, so it's 5, 10, 15, 29. Not 14. I don't know why I was thinking. Alright, so hopefully this will be it. Because you figure we still got to put GHKH in there. So that's going to raise it. But all I test for that is the TDS. I just bring my TDS up to 180. That's it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost did. Still off. Alright, be right back. Gotta go dump them out. Alright, so still not. Okay, let's go 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that'd be 39. Well, 1 dripped in, maybe 40 drips. See, that's the thing is I've never done a whole 5-gallon bucket. I don't mean to waste everybody's time doing this and take it forever, but sometimes it's what you gotta do. All right, good enough. Just a hair over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right, now. I haven't even shook it and it's already dark. Alright, light purple. Light purple. Can you see through that? Can you see enough light? Is there enough light? Is it bright? So that's a light purple. It's perfect. Where we want. It's not the 8.4 purple. It's like an 8.3. It's perfect. 8.2. but it's okay because this tank is I'm just filling it. So I just want to get it close. I just want to show you guys how I do it. Okay, now let me put this side. So now we check the TDS of this RO water. 39 TDS. Okay, so then we come over here, get our Sulawesi salt, and it's just a really, really fine powder. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this scoop. I'll do half. See where half gets me. Oh, yeah, maybe a little more, 3/4, let's say. And like I said, this is easy. It only takes a couple seconds to stir. The stuff is, when it goes in, it doesn't sink to the bottom. It just looks cloudy. It turns the pot, to like smoke because it dissolves so fast. That's what I like about it. That's why I wanted to figure out the best way to do it was, because I wanted to use this stuff. I didn't want to have the problems that all these other people were having, that they were saying they were having, that they had to leave a pump go on for a week or two just to dissolve other stuff. So, all right, we turn it on. Remember, we're looking for a 180, 170 to 180, but I always shoot for the 180. So 180, 185, 170, 112, 113. 3/4 of a spoon was 112, 113. So now we want to put in less than half. We want to creep up again with this too. Now, if I wasn't showing you guys, I'd probably just put a bunch in here and let it sit because it's got to soak for 4 months. So 3 months, whatever, I'm going to put, hold on, I'll show you what else. We'll put a bunch of stuff in there. 125, just that little bit. That might take me over. Nah, probably won't. I stopped it. Five, 6. So that would be probably 60, maybe about 4 parts per million per drop of. Is it 4 parts per million per drop of PHF? 145. Darn. That should do it right there. It should be it. $163. That's what I'm saying. The salty bee, it's to be honest, I haven't used salty bee in so long. I just use the liquid now. So it's 5.5 milliliters of liquid is, where you want it. All right, there we go. 186. Dead nuts. He said nuts. All right, so let's back this bad boy up. All right. So up here, we'll go to the tank. we'll pour the crushed coral in the little bit that we have, so we're ready to move the other stuff in. It's actually more than what I thought. We'll rinse that out outside. Don't want that stuff going down your drains. Say, what the heck is that? Looks like a stinking onion. I don't know. Can you guys see that? See what I pulled out? Oh, I don't know what that is. Oh, that's a piece of corn. Wow. Huh. Looks like an onion. The way it was shaved, you know, like the yellow ones. It's not bad. I got about up to my first knuckle. I got about right to here. I got about an inch in the back up to about a half inch. Well, that's good because, you know, all the stuff from the other tank's going to go in here when it's ready. Okay. Now what I do is bring this up here. Put it up on the tanks. Then this is the hose for that stir I use for the the whatever it's called. The python, the mini python. This is the hose, so I use it to fill tanks, to vacuum them, everything. So what I do is I just pull a draw on this and throw it in. And just let it fill up. See if I can get the camera. Get it right on the camera. So you guys can see. Alright. So we'll let that one go, and then we gotta set this other one. So now we know where we can start at. 40 drips. And this pH up it don't cost much at the store. I'll see if there's a price on the bottle. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll try 37. And see, look, that's the cool thing. I still got 6 vials left, you know. Still got 6 vials to test water with. I can't rinse them out over there because I have the RO hooked up to the laundry sink. So all right, let's go now. Here again, 5 drips. If it's not there, fuck off. Look at that. So it's 35 drops. It's got me purple already. It's a little darker. This one is the brown, that 8-2, where I wanted it. This one's a little darker, but it's okay. because we're not putting shrimp in. I just want to make sure the pH is up, where it should be, or close to. Until I'm ready, then I'll tweak the water in perfectly. So we're gonna give a whole scoop of this, since we did it 97 times, like a butthole. I told myself put a whole scoop in it too, but I didn't want to go over. So, all right. So adding tanks, because now there's 11. So I have all the airlines set up for 10 per row, right? Well, when I set all this up, I added a stainless steel 4-pack over there. It's a metal one. It's got 4 valves on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run a hose from that straight over. I don't want to drill a hole right now. I don't have a vacuum and stuff to catch all the little bits from going behind the tanks or going in the tank. So if you guys remember, I purchased this at the store because I love it. It smells like weed. Yeah, it smells like green weed. Like a sack of dope. I wouldn't know. I was just told what it smelled like. Yeah, I don't know. Hemp. But anyways, this is the Marina. It's long lasting and durable for filters, pumps, ornaments, and valves. It does not say, I don't see that it says that it's the jelly kind, the soft. Oh, remains supple. It's supple. Retains shape and remains supple. So anyways, I bought this because I was sick of buying the little packs. This is 250 feet. 250 feet. I think I paid $24 for it when, what is it, like 14 feet? Or this stuff doesn't sell in large amounts. They don't like put 25 feet of this. So this stuff's expensive. And then they have the little dotted lines on here where a foot mark is. So, but I bought the whole roll just in case I wanted to do something, and now I can run all the way down to here. So I have the tubing. When, if I just bought a pack, that probably would have took half of it. It would have cost me $9. So, yeah. It smells like cheap weed. Again, I don't know nothing about that. All right, TDS. We're looking for a 180. 170. Look at that. One scoop gave us a 170. Let's remember that. Not too much more, and then we'll rinse off the spoon with it. Because you don't want to... I don't leave the spoons in the salts due to the fact that if you notice, every time people pull their spoon out, it's crusted up with salt. So I rinse them off and I let them air dry. This doesn't have that extra seal in it, but it has not clumped up on me. Moisture doesn't get into it. It's good to go. All right, so now our pH let me see. It says it expires in 2025. And it does not have a price. Just like typical of my buddy's store, nothing has a price on it, so you have to ask him. He doesn't even have prices on the shelves. None. Hey, how much is this fish? What one? This one. Oh, that's $45. Why? Because it's $45. He has like all the numbers in his head. He doesn't need prices. And everyone trusts him. They just go in there. Hey, I do it too. Go in there, throw the products on the counter. He adds them up, and no one complains because nothing's like far out to where you're like, what? It don't cost that. All right. So this is the high pH. This doesn't go anywhere. Let me go rinse this off. Rinse a couple things out, and I'll be right back. Okay. I just don't want to have a bunch of contaminated stuff around, and I accidentally stick my hand in something, and then the chemicals are in it. I like to stay on top of that. It stays clean, pot. All right, so with this setup, looks like the first bucket's empty. You're setting up your water this way. I haven't, like I said, I haven't had an issue to where any shrimp die, nor have I had an issue to where they won't breed. They're breeding very good. They're very healthy. They look great, and they're just over and over and over breeding. So, yeah, there's no issue. Can't believe I already did a 5-gallon bucket. We'll put that off to the side. See why I keep all these plastic clips? They're just the best. Dollar store, baby. All right, well, this one's done. Yeah, I'm still waiting for my order of all my other stuff. Supposed to be getting a ton of other stuff too. My supplies, my dry goods, stuff like that. So, all right, what we'll do now is we'll get a measurement. We have to go over there, plug this into one of those outlets, well, one of the air hookups, and then we got to stretch it over, get the sponge filter over there, and go from there. I have 2 lines running. What the heck? Where did this go? Oh wow, that's just a dead air line. Huh. Hey. Where's the other one go? Just another dead air line. Alright, just making sure they're all blowing good. They are. So, like I say, we'll just pull a bunch off of here, and what we don't use, we'll roll back up. Alright. Let's go behind. We'll go behind the air line that's already ran to the other tanks. Under everything. So we're not causing any problems. Yeah, it was a big deal when I made this to have these extras just in case. So I didn't know what what might come up to where I would have to use. And then I was like, well, if I never use them, okay, but if I use them, then I'll be glad that they were there. Because if not, I'd have to be breaking out the drill and stuff. So, all right, I got my length. I'm going to have to do it for this 5-gallon here, too. When the time comes to set that up, once I get substrate, I'll do a video on that. Okay. So then we'll take our new filter. Put the sponges in here. Get them soaked full of water. Get a brand new airline. Around. Oops. Can't be bumping that light, gonna knock my camera in. I'll really be in trouble. That candy goes in up the chest. I'll beat somebody's ass. My own. Alright, get it on the hose. Slide it in place. Turn it where we want it. Alright. Then we can turn it on. and get it up and running. Alright. Oh, and another reason I bought that big air tube, that thing of airline tubing, is I want all my airline tubing to be the same color over time. So as I like work on stuff and go to clean a filter, well, really what I want to do is get rid of all the clear. I want my tanks to have green, blue, or dark navy blue, or any color other than clear. I don't like the clear. It's too old school. I don't really care for it. I'll take the colorful stuff. I think it looks cooler. That's it. All right. Then we'll take the cobalt heater, and I already have the one heater is already plugged in down around the corner over here. I don't know if I'm sure I can get it in there. So what we'll do is we'll get the suction cups wet. Put this bad boy on the wall. Well, we'll just leave it sitting there for a second. Them suction cups got to get wet. Used to the tip, you know, they got to soften up because this thing has been sitting for a while. Pull the cord. Mike trying to get around a stinking heater or a bucket. And I got a 5-gallon on the floor right here. All right, get it down around the corner. All right. Now we'll just leave the plug hanging here. We'll just leave it set there because we don't need this heater on yet. We just want it in the tank. Get everything set. Of course, you know, get it so the suction cups stick. And we're also going to have to, which will probably be the piece of glass that's over here. It'll go back onto the 10-gallon to hold the heat in. And that's how that'll work. Because that's what I do. I put a lid on it to hold the heat. So, yeah, I took these up, washed all my... See, and then the vials with this, the vials go upside down. So they drip dry into the tray below. I wanted to make it like medical type. You know, I had another one that had like curves up. It might be that way. I don't know. It's got like curves on the bottom to let the vial get more air in it. But if you push down on it, you crack the lip. So, you know, you just got to be careful because the stuff's so thin, you know. So, all right, this is done. Where's the TDS meter? Put that back. Back in the back here. Put our color chart back on here. And that's that. Put it back up here on our top shelf. Alright, so then I want to put a bacteria. So I'm gonna put, since this is you know, like neocaridina water, this is harder water, I'm gonna use the Fritzine, the live neutrifying bacteria. Same, well, it's not the same stuff. Let me just say, I have the live bacteria for the caridina tanks. This is for the neo tanks. I use this. I do use this sometimes in my caridina tanks. So, what does it say? new system. 4 ounces per 10 gallons. All right. So that's probably right there, give or take an ounce. I really don't care, because I want that bacteria to start growing in there, start living in there. I'm not putting nothing in it, so it doesn't have to be exact. You know, it doesn't. It just doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not going to pour the bottle in there, but if it calls for 4 ounces and I put 6 ounces, guess what? Who cares? It just that bacteria will start to grow better, faster. All right, so pH up goes away. Here's some foods. But so what I tried to do with this video is show everyone that it's not difficult to do Sulawesi. It's actually pretty simple. The only thing is I mean, you just have to get down whatever your whatever your you know, what you set your waters to. So whatever your parameters are, that's what you need to get used to setting. So if you do 5-gallon buckets, because see, now I'm going to be in a 10-gallon tank, so I can do my full 2.5 or 2 gallons compared to a half a gallon. So I'll be able to get those numbers down exactly of what they are. Which right now, with changing such little amount of water, it's very hard to get to that understanding. So that is, I believe that, is that everything? Heater, filter. Oh, didn't I say I was going to put something in there? Let me see if I got anything to put in there. Oh, I actually can put some plants in there. That's what I wanted to do this time, was put some plants in there. So that's what I'm going to do. Some moss. I want to try moss in this one. So we'll come down here. We'll throw a chunk of moss in here, because the lava rock's gonna go in the 10-gallon tank. But I just want to see. I want to see if they clean moss up as good as like a mono shrimp do. So that's my thought that I want to see. So yeah, we're almost full. We're about 2 inches, 1.5 inches from where I like to be. So anyways, everyone, that's Jane Aquarium. I don't care what color it is. Yes, sir. I like anything but clear. I don't know. I just, the colors make me happy. I like the colors. You guys know I like colors. But hello, how are you, Jane Aquarium? Good to see you. Good to see you. How's your, how are your, I'm not a saltwater guy, so how is your, clownfish doing? The babies, hope they're doing good. I'm not a fan of the clear airline tubing either in my tank. Yeah, I don't know. I like the colors. Like I said, the clear gets, you can see it get algae and gunky, and I don't see it on the colored airline tubing. So it seems to make me happier that way. You know, I don't see it, Hey, if I don't see it, then, you know, hey, good to go. But yeah, I don't know why I had these airlines up there hooked to that that valve that I put on there. I actually have a 12 valve one too. It's stainless steel, and it's got 12 valves on it. You guys should remember it from my video when I made that. When I made that air tube for my air system, I had it on that. Pinto in your Blue Bolt tank, huh, Leah? In your Blue Bolt tank. A tiny Blue Bolt in my Pinto tank. Yeah, are they black? Yeah, is it black Pintos? There's a possibility, or it's gonna be let's see. Mostly white and super tiny. Pintos have some shadow. Some of your Pintos have shadow. Yeah, I get them in mine. Black Pinto, yeah. My black Pinto tank, I get the Blue Bolts in it all the time. All the time. Well, out of maybe 50 babies, there'll be one or two. Yeah, I get it too. Yeah, I just put them over here. I put all my cold extreme Blue Bolts in my Blue Bolt tank. All that good stuff. And see where we're at with this. No sense in leaving a bucket sit here if it ain't rolling. I don't think it's rolling. Oh yeah, it's still rolling. Just stopped. Look at it. It just stopped. So then when I'm done with this, I just hang it back up to air dry so it doesn't turn black, get all mucky, and then I have to bleach it. I hang it right here in the center, but the other clip is holding the cord for the camera. So we'll dump the rest of this in. And then we'll get a little more water. Hold on. Alrighty, so this is just my wastewater, and I'll test it here in a minute, and I'll tell you what it is. I mean, I already made this stuff. It's good to go. Fill her up. So I used to say at the gas station when I was a kid when the attendant would come out. How may I help you? Fill her up. Do you like your oil checked and your windows cleaned? Sure. That's how it was when I was a kid. Alright, so let's do this. So I could show everyone, you know, since certain people say certain things. Now this is my wastewater. This isn't my tap water. Can you guys see it? Probably not. Hold on. $172, $174. It's creeping. $176 it stopped at. So that's my wastewater. No chemicals. No chemicals. It's just minerals. Now watch. Yeah, but this is wastewater. It's with everything. That's why I try to say this. Why? Well, at least where I live, why I don't throw away my my wastewater, because you know, the benefits. If I threw this away, I'd be throwing away money. So you guys know. So 176, and I'll show you to prove to you. There's pH in it. It's real deal. 1, 2, 3. It's not like I went over there and put together a bunch of RO and threw some salt in it. There you go. So I'm blue. Light blue is well, it's about 7.6 pH. That blue, you guys can't see it very well, but it's a 7.6 all day. So I'm not putting my hands in it. Alright, fill it up. Okay, GH. Everybody knows how to test GHKH. If not, we'll show you. Okay, so it changes on the drip. This goes green to orange, I think. Or yellow to green. So there's one. Yeah, yellow to green. It goes yellow to green. Let me move my hands. So it's not there yet. It's still yellow. 2, 3. I usually always start out with 4. 4, 5, still yellow. 6, still yellow. 7, still yellow. 8, still yellow. This should do it here. 9, 10. So this is why they told me to water it down with my with the Sulawesi. So I think that's it there. 10, 11. I think I missed one. There it went. Just turned. Went from yellow to green. I think I missed a drop. So yellow to green at 11. So let's call it 10. I think I missed the drop. It went on the rim. I think it rolled out the center. So let's say 10. So 10 GH. It's great for Neos. Great for Sulawesi. But it should be, you know, they want to, you know, you want it at like a 180. So 10 would be like probably 6 is like a 120. So 10 would be close. You want around 8, I think. But, I mean, it's not going to hurt now once you get them used to it. All right, that's my shaker hand. Okay. Cage. I used my thumb to cover it this time. Cage goes from blue to yellow. Or I'll use my middle finger so you guys can see it change. I don't care what color it is. So we'll just start off with 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have all day to drives me nuts. Okay. Blue to yellow. 5. Or is it yellow to blue? 6. There it is. 6. It just lightened up. 7 went clear yellow. Blue straight to yellow. So 7. So I got a 10 to 11 GH. A 7 KH. This is all on my wastewater. Nitrate. Just in case somebody's curious. 5 drops. Baby blue, which means nothing in it. Nitrate, baby blue. So, as you see, wastewater can come out to be super beneficial for Neocaridina shrimp. I could do the other one too, but the nitrates, but I don't know. I'll do it just in case somebody wants it done. I'm just out of spots right here, so it's all right. I'll rinse them all off in the bucket. Nitrate you want to shake up pretty darn good. All right, bottle number 1. Just to show you that the filter pulls everything out. I mean, there's no chemicals, no nothing in this stuff. All right, what do we got? Is this 10? 10 drops. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 drops. A bottle number 1. Test solution, bottle number 1. Use a different finger in case somebody says I use the same finger. If you still want to see it, baby blue on nitrites, nothing. That's the pH. 7.6 to a 7.8, just on the wastewater. So, all right, bottle number 2. 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. We'll go to this hand because I haven't shook nothing up. So now we got to wait on this one. Good shakes. So yeah, yellow as can be. We'll see where that goes to. Nitrate is yellow when it's a 0. Can you see that? Bright yellow. And this stuff's about as bright a yellow as you can get. So And I'm doing this just to show you guys that, if you throw away your wastewater, you're throwing away perfect water. I mean, it's better than what comes out of the tap. Especially if you drink it. I mean, there's no chemicals, no nothing in it. But that's what the filters do that people put in their kitchens when they filter the water out. Yeah, because you have to leave the minerals. It's even, the scientists see, everyone even says if you don't and you drink RO water, your body's going to start using up the minerals that's in your body because it's craving them and it needs it. So they say drinking pure RO water isn't good for you for long periods of time. Back again, sorry, I'm cooking turkey dinner to drop off around town to a bunch of old people, friends that can't have family for Christmas. Now they get dinner with all the fixings on their doorstep. Aw, isn't that so nice? That's very nice of you. Very nice of you, Leah Jet. Very nice. Body needs minerals. Yes, it does. Does the body good. Minerals does the body good. Okay, so at an hour and 52 minutes, we are done. Again, I know this needs to sit, but still we're at yellow, bright yellow, so people that know their chemicals knows this ain't gonna change. So, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing how a Sulawesi tank gets set up. I will come back. I mean, of course, it's right next to this one, so you guys are going to see it all the time. And then we'll do the video when I start to take everything out of the 5-gallon, put it all into the 10-gallon. But like I say, that tank has to be just heavily everything. So I'm going to pound it with bacterias and everything, just where it's looking really good. And like I said, I'll put some neocaridina in there over time, get the pooping going and stuff. And then just before I put Sulawesi's in there, I'll pull them out. And we'll be good to go. Sorry for all that. All right, everyone. I wanted to say thank you. Thank you, Leah, my moderator. Thanks, everybody, for showing up, hanging out. And please, if anyone needs anything, let me know. Really help out for Christmas time. Things are way slow around here, as it is for everyone. But if you need anything, I can ship it. Just let me know. No problem. You are welcome, Leah. But if anyone has any more questions about Sulawesi that I didn't cover, just let me know. Send me a message in the comments if you have any questions. Of things like you can put in the tank, rocks, wood, round stones. If you need anything more than lava rock, put in round stones. Because then it'll give them all that area to eat off of, eat the algae and stuff, and for babies and stuff. All right, Muppets 929, you got it. All right, everyone, thank you so much. I had a blast. Glad I could bring this to you. I didn't have any work today. No, nothing. So a couple little dollars I made this week. Gonna cover some bills. So, all right, everyone, have a blessed day. And I will be talking to you soon. All right. Peace out. Take care and be safe.